Welcome to Flag on the Take. My name is Cole Braban. I'm one of your hosts. This is a brand new sports show where we just got two ordinary dudes talking sports, talking gaming, talking outrageous take, questionable opinions, and much more. My name is Cole Braban. I am a lifelong sports fan. The Baltimore Ravens are my football team. Baltimore Orioles baseball team. I think you can kind of get where I'm going at here, but yeah, I'm a fan of all things sports. I'm a baseball coach, been a whole sports nerd my whole life, and boy, do I have some crazy stuff to say. Introducing next, my co host, my best friend, one of the greatest humans on earth, Jordan Lewis.
Dog, I don't even know how to follow that up. Oh man. Go. Yeah, okay. Yeah. I'm Jordan. As my co-host has just said, I am one of the greatest humans on earth. So I'm gonna take that to heart. I appreciate that, bro. So are you. Love you, bro. Love you, bro. I am a Steeler fan. I'm not from PA. I'm also from Maryland. I don't really have a baseball team, but if you want to go with it, I would probably say the Orioles.
It can be
Always
just
go with
any
the home
sports, to be
team.
honest.
Yeah, always go with the home team. Always go with the home team.
Well, not always, because you're stupid Steelers fans,
You
whatever.
know what, bro? That's not what this is about. I'm introducing myself, and you're cutting into my introduction. So I'm gonna need you to back off. But yeah, no. Let's get into what we'll be talking about, bro. Go ahead and take it away.
All right. So we're going to be mostly talking about football this time because, football, NFL is back. Football will be our main topic during football season.
Yes,
If
sir.
any good games come out any time of the year, we'll obviously be breaking that down. Jordan and I, we play a lot of sports games together, so if anything outrageous happens, you'll probably hear about that too.
Especially
And
college
we'll
football.
probably slander players based upon those experiences, so I think you'll get the gist. Starting first, since we are going to be a football podcast mostly, especially this time of year, let's get into college first. First up, down goes Florida State. Dude, what
Yeah.
in the hell happened to Florida State? They spent all offseason complaining and moaning and blaming Kirk Herbstreit that why they weren't in the college football playoffs, even though they're Jordan Travis. The only reason they were good is broke his leg, or I forget exactly what it was. I think he broke his leg. Anyways,
Yeah.
whatever it was season ending. They were trash. They should have gotten smoked by Louisville, but they didn't. But and now they come out. I understand losing to Georgia Tech. You're in Ireland. It's week one. You don't know what you got. That's fine. But getting dog walked at home by Boston College? No. Shut your mouth. No. I'm not taking that.
Yeah. I guess they thought that Mike Norvell was gonna be the savior. Yeah, that game. Okay, let's start with the Georgia Tech game. Let's start with the Georgia Tech game.
Let's
Uh,
go.
so DJ, your favorite player ever. Everybody.
Easy.
Cole loves DJ Uyunglele. Your boy threw for only 193 yards, bro. 19 completions, only 193 yards. No tuds, no picks. So, watching this game, I know me and you were texting about it. It was rough. It was a rough one. Um,
Dude, I mean,
yeah,
Georgia Tech just punched them in the mouth at the line of scrimmage every play.
yeah, every play, bro. Every play. I kind of knew, like going into it, that it was going to be a tough one for them because of who their quarterback was. And like I said, we talked about it before. I feel bad for the kid because I feel like he was just put on this pedestal after the whole Trevor Lawrence situation. He was going to be the successor. And then you got Dabo hyping him up, talking about he makes Trevor look human, or yeah, all this other mess.
Oh, I forgot he did that.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, bro. So yeah, now going into it, I feel like, especially okay, you got to consider his season last year at Oregon State. It wasn't spectacular, but they were pretty decent, and so I felt like FSU was like, oh yeah, let's just jump from Jordan Travis to DJ. We'll be fine. Yeah, nah, ain't the same.
Man, I mean, it's just unfortunate because, like you said, I mean, he's a good kid, but the internet will forever just know him as Trevor Lawrence's backup. And Trevor is now a paid man in the NFL, and DJ is still hanging out with 18-year-olds. So,
Oh, that's crazy. Yeah, no, what were you saying? Yeah. You were saying that he should have probably been drafted. Do you remember who had drafted him?
He got drafted in baseball by the Yankees, I do believe, and
Okay.
it was in like one of the later rounds. Like he was only going to get like 20 grand as a signing bonus, but like,
Yeah.
dude, that's the only sport that's going to draft you. You should
Yeah.
have took it, and it was
Maybe
like
it
three
was
years
like
ago
a
too.
maybe it was like a football is my one true love. I ain't gonna do that.
No, that's what he
Like,
told him when he
yeah,
rejected
yeah,
it.
yeah.
All
That
right,
makes sense.
moving on. Notre Dame and Iowa, both massive upsets this week. Notre Dame, imagine playing
Yeah.
1.4 million just to get beaten in your own
Yeah,
stadium.
yo, I was just talking about that with somebody else because I didn't realize how much they had paid until I was told, and I was like, "Oh my gosh!" I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it.
Real
But I
thing. Like big
also,
schools pay.
yeah, bro, I wasn't really high on Notre Dame though. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna lie. Even week one, I just felt like I don't know. I'm not gonna say A&M's bad, but I feel like Notre Dame struggled a little bit more than they should have. And so
I
going
mean,
into week two, I was like, I don't know. I thought they were going to beat Northern Illinois, but I also I didn't expect them to fall. Yeah, that one
I
kind of
mean,
got me.
I love the coach and I love the quarterback. I thought Riley Leonard was really good last year at Duke, but this year he's just been
Oh
unamusing to
yeah,
say
he
the
was the
least.
Duke transfer. Yep.
Yeah, because and then his first game was against his former head coach because
Yeah.
Elko went to A&M.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. It's just something. Notre Dame's missing something. The defense looks good, but if you're going to hang your hat on your defense, you can't let Illinois drive on the last drive like that.
Yeah, bro.
Iowa, dude, Iowa lost at home to their in-state rivals. So here's this. So the dude misses like a 40 some yarder earlier in the game, Iowa
Yeah.
State's kicker, and they
Yeah.
bring him
Yeah. Yeah.
and it's like a 53 yarder with like 2 seconds left, and they don't ice him, and dude drills it in front of the opposing team's crowd. It was
What?
electric.
What?
Yes, bro. He was a transfer too. This is like his first or second game with the team.
Was Iowa State ranked before that game?
Oh no.
Okay. Yeah,
They're
they're
not
the
good at all.
21st now. Interesting.
Dude, Ty Schmidt on Pat McAfee today had a massive rant about Iowa. It was hilarious. He was dogging Cade McNamara like there was
Yeah.
no
Yeah.
tomorrow.
Oh, you got to tell the people that's our quarterback on college football right now.
Yeah, so we started with Will Howard out
Will
at
Hart.
Ohio's. Yeah, he doesn't get deserved to be called Will Howard because of the amount of interceptions he threw. Anyways, and then so we finally got enough coins. We bought Cade McNamara. He's been a dog for us, but in real life, he has
Yeah,
not been
bro.
good.
Yeah, he doesn't sell at the most inopportune moments like Howard did.
Will Howard.
Howard.
Oh my gosh. All right. Here's your favorite topic of the day. I I know that Quinn Ewers is the current favorite to win the Heisman and rightfully so, but I told you before the season started, my dark horse Heisman pick,
It was
Jackson
Jackson
Dart.
Dart. Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah,
Ole
yeah,
Miss
yeah.
is on a heater. I know they haven't played anyone that's like worth a damn, but still, look, Jackson Dart's got 795 yards, 6 tuds, no picks, and he's
And
got the fourth best QBR in all of college football. I mean, you can't tell me he's not a dog.
yeah, 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 bro. I'm actually I think you sold me. You sold me. You
Dude, I'm
sold me.
telling you.
Yeah, especially I watched some highlights of the Furman game and yeah, nah, he put on the clinic. And yeah, I get it. Small school opponent and Middle Tennessee as well. But at the same time, I feel like he did what he needed to do. You know
I
what I
mean,
mean?
he did better than Oregon has. We'll get
Yeah.
into that later.
Yeah, Oregon also has my favorite player.
Well, hey, I'll tell you
Everyone.
what. I already told you about how Jackson Dart was my dark horse. My other dark horse has also been playing extremely well.
You talking
Miller
about Dylan
Moss,
Gabriel?
USC.
Oh, thank you. Dodged the bullet.
No, Miller Moss and Jackson Dart were my two dark horses for the Heisman. I'm
Okay.
not wasn't saying they were going to win it because I had Jalen Milrow as my Heisman pick, but I said they watch out because here they come, and both of them have arrived.
Yeah. If Bama keeps struggling like they will, I don't think Jalen Milroe's winning anything.
Ooh, speaking of Bama, let's get into that. Did you watch
Please.
that game?
I did watch that game. I did
You
watch
care
that
to go
game.
into detail?
I can't go into detail. So Bama had a game on Saturday, and they played. Hold up, was
University
it
of South
Florida?
Florida.
Yes, and aren't they like they're what you call it? Oh my gosh, HBCU, right?
Are they?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're like HBCU champs, bro.
Oh, dude, that's crazy.
Yeah, so
I
like
didn't know they were HBCU.
they're
That's
and
even
I'm
more
pretty sure
impressive.
they're like defending, bro. So like they're not a slouch as far as like smaller schools
Oh,
are
that's
concerned.
news to me.
Yeah. So yeah, Alabama played them. It wasn't. It was like 14-14 for a while, bro.
14-13 going into the fourth,
Yeah, bro. And
and then Bama pulled away to say the
yeah,
least.
freaking Jan Miller started going off, bro.
He's my Heisman pick this year.
Jan
I
Miller?
mean, I'm telling you, he should. Yeah, he should be the first quarterback off the board.
Yeah.
Come April, I was correct with Anthony Richardson and Jaden Daniels blowing up the draft boards. They neither one went number one, but they were not projected to be first round talents, and they both went in the top five. So I mean, I'm telling you, you better watch out. Jalen Milroe. I know he's not being talked about as like a he's being talked about as like a first round talent, but not like a solidified. I'm telling you, Jalen Milroe is going to go number one.
I don't know.
You can't say Travis Hunter. You can't
I'm not
because
gonna. No, 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 no. Remember,
okay,
we talked about this off camera. I do think Travis Hunter is going to be a top 10 pick. I don't
he's going
think.
to be the first non QB off the board.
Yeah, when you said that, I agreed with that take. Um, I do feel like you think Shadur is going top 10.
Are you asking me will he or should he?
Okay, so we kind of had this debate. Let's go into it a little bit. Okay, what did you tell me sometime last week when you were saying you feel as though if Shador, you know, his
If
dad wasn't
Shadur's last
Dion?
name was not Sanders, he
Yes,
would
there we
not
go.
be talked about as being a top 10 pick.
Okay, but what did you also say after that?
I was saying that the kid's good. I'm not denying that he's not good, but
Yep.
I mean, having the last name Sanders definitely helps that cause.
Yeah, and I agreed. I agreed. But
Oh, you're talking about okay, I got you. Yeah. So I compared him because you're not necessarily high on Joe Burrow because he's always had like top weapons, and I use that argument against you because Shadur's always had Travis.
I'm also just not a Joe Burrow fan, but the people are probably going to get mad at me for that one.
Oh yeah.
Joe Shiesty. Yeah, my bad, my bad.
Guess who's back?
Back again. Yeah,
Speaking
no,
of who's back, let's go with Texas, dude. Texas, they curb stomped the hell out of Michigan in
yeah,
Ann
this was a
Arbor.
game. This is a game me and you were both watching for a time. Quinn Ewers finished with 24 completions for 246 yards and 3 tuds. I thought that Isaiah Bonds was going to be the leading receiver in that game, but he did have a couple of big catches. One for 33. He's probably my favorite receiver on that team. But yeah,
Well, it's because he had
Michigan.
Will Johnson on him the whole game, the
Yeah,
best corner in college football.
yeah. Michigan. They looked rough, bro.
They got punched
They
in the
looked
mouth, and last
rough.
year
Who
they were
is
doing all
their
the punching in the
quarterback
mouth.
now? Warren. Who is that guy?
It's like so he was like a walk on that like someone who's friends with Jim Harbaugh like was hey you should look at this guy, he's a dog. So they looked at him. He has a very inspiring story. He had some like I don't want to say like leukemia, but it was something like tragic like that, and like he had to go away from football, and he fought back miraculously. So shout out to him. I do like him, but I want him to succeed.
Yeah, bro.
But but it's also his first chance ever playing in college, so like it's kind of like a rookie quarterback. You gotta give him a chance.
Yeah. I where do you see them going? I don't see them making a playoff, but I see them being like,
Who
I,
Michigan?
yeah, I see them being like
I
nine
had
and
them
three.
in, but I don't know about now. The way Texas took advantage of them like that, because that means they're
Yeah,
definitely going to lose to Ohio State. As much as it
yeah,
pains
bro.
me to say, and if they lose
Ohio
to Ohio
State
State and
has been
Texas, I don't
rolling.
think they're getting in.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if two losses will get you in
It
this year.
wouldn't, bro, especially with the way they got it set up this year. Is it? Yeah, this is the first year, right, when 11 teams can go, correct?
12, yeah.
Yeah, okay. 12. Ooh. Ooh.
You want to talk about teams that are getting in? Let's get into Oregon. We kind of teased that a little bit earlier.
Yeah, we did.
Oregon, they are 2-0. So let's give them credit where it's due. They are 2-0. They have
Yep.
won their games, but they only won 37-34 versus Boise State, who are dogs, but they don't have the same level of talent that
Don't
Oregon
forget them
has.
only beating Idaho by 10.
I was going to get into that. So they were 19-point favorites over Boise, and I believe they were double that in terms of favorites against Idaho, who they only beat 24-14. Which also week one, you don't know what you got. I get it, but the Idaho game, excuse me, the Boise game, that was shocking. I thought for sure I had them covering the 19 spread. and they did not, to say the least.
Yeah.
It's not even Dylan Gabriel. Like his stats look good, and he's completing a bunch of passes, but it's just like the passes he's completing, they're not getting chunk plays. They're
Yeah.
really missing Bucky Irving this year. I
I'm
feel like
just gonna kind of piggyback off of that. The fact that you said he's not getting chunk plays on this. Listen to this. If a quarterback has 41 completions, you'd probably think they'd have like 500 yards, right?
that's correct.
Yeah, he only had 380.
Good.
Yeah, 380
Oh
and two
my
passes.
god.
Yep, yep, and
41
that's the
completions?
Idaho game. 41 completions out of 49 passes. He only threw for 380 yards in that game. His leading
We
receiver
need
only
to,
had 87, and that was the tight end Ferguson.
which shout out to him.
Yeah.
We need to investigate that play calling because it makes me feel like I could call a better offense than that.
Yeah, bro. That was me watching the freaking Colorado game. We're gonna get into that though. We got some stuff before we go into that.
All right. Staying in the Big Ten, one more Big Ten team before we move out of that. Shout out to Ohio State, my least favorite team in all of college football.
Yeah,
They are
I don't
absolutely
like them either, just for
steamrolling.
no reason though.
But when you pay 20 million for a roster, I mean, you would expect them to steamroll,
I was waiting on it. I
especially
was
because
waiting on it.
you got your coveted super senior Will Howard at quarterback, who got
Hard.
forced out by Avery Johnson,
Yeah,
who that
Will Howard's
alone.
trash.
And shout out Kyle McCord, a little revenge towards Syracuse
You know how I know that Will Howard's trash?
because Kyle McCord's out playing him.
No, because CFB is like real life. And if he's trash in there, he must be trash in real life. Gotta be.
There's no way.
It's facts. It's facts, bro.
But I mean, Ohio State has yet to allow a touchdown. Judkins is absurd, and so is Travion Henderson.
Hmm.
Ibuka. Shout out Jeremiah Smith, their new wide receiver. That dude's an absolute dog.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, Ohio State's rolling. They got a couple challenges coming up, but they're really going to be challenged. Their first real challenge is Week 6 versus Oregon. And I know this is going to sound crazy, but hear me out. Going from Oregon and then having to play Nebraska back to back. Nebraska's no slouch. You want to get into that?
Well, according to the spread, I will say. You
What you
said week
got?
6, right?
Week 6 is Oregon, I do believe, and week 7, I think, is Ohio State, or excuse me, Nebraska.
Let me double check. No, Oregon's week 7.
Okay, so Nebraska and Oregon are roughly the same time frame of when
Yeah.
they play them.
Yeah,
It might be
definitely.
week 8. It might be
What's the
week 8 for
spread?
Nebraska.
Let me see. Ooh, bro. It's Oregon minus 1.5.
What? Where's it at? Where's it
Yeah.
played at?
It's at Oregon.
That's why. Okay, so when
Yeah.
you're the home team, you automatically get 3 points in your favor just
Yeah,
for
bro.
a home field advantage.
It's Oregon minus
I
one and a
don't
half.
be shocked if Ohio State's favored by the time that game rolls around.
Oh no, I wouldn't be shocked either.
But I mean, so they got to play Oregon and then they got to play Nebraska, who they absolutely dog walked Colorado. I mean, I'm
Yeah.
not saying Colorado was like going to make the college playoffs. I think they're going to be a bowl team at best, but
Yeah. I
I didn't
expected them
expect
to
them to
win
get
7 or 8
stomped.
games.
I didn't expect Colorado to get stomped. I knew Nebraska was going to win and eventually pull away, but I didn't think they were going to stomp them.
Yeah.
Shadur got hit every single play, dude.
Oh, speaking of which, tell me you saw his post game. Him and Dion's post game.
Oh, I did, but you can go for it.
Brutal. Okay, so basically
Say
post
that,
game,
Shadur.
Shador Sanders took a shot at his lineman and asked. So a reporter asked him about it, and he was saying how many times did Dylan Rayola get hit? For throwing his lineman under the bus. And Dion kind of said the same thing. What did he say, bro? Oh my gosh, something
Oh, it
about
was like,
parking a Lambo in
yeah,
some
at
type
like
of
a
crappy garage or something like
yeah,
that.
it was like owning a Lambo, but like having it next to like a trailer, like a double wide or something like that.
Yeah, yeah, no, yeah, 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 bro.
Either way, you still got 10 more games to play with those guys.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, Shador, he might break the college football sack record this year.
Yeah, after those comments, they definitely will. Because I know if I was the offensive lineman and he said that about me, I'd be like, "Oh no, he got past
Yeah,
me."
that's not even the first time this season, or like even in the off season, he had taken a shot. I don't know if you were familiar with like his streams that he was doing with Travis Hunter when they were playing college football,
Oh yeah, and
but
Travis was trying to tell him not to
yeah,
do that.
yeah, even then. So He was taking some shots, so we'll see how it goes. I'm a fan. Uh, I do think they talk too much, but I do also want to see them succeed. Uh, I think, I'm a little biased. I do think Shador is top three as far as quarterbacks in college football. I think even without the name, he still would be. I feel like if you put him on a better roster, he would really show it. That's just me. Okay,
I
I'm gonna
think you're
ask you
right.
this: if you put him on like Ohio State's roster or like Georgia's roster, I think he would play better than Beck, and I think he would definitely play better than Will Howard, and that's just me.
Oh no, 100%. It's tough to fully scout Shadur because he's playing behind a bad O line. But
Yeah,
in reality, it might make him better to scout because the team that drafts him, odds are they're not going to have a good line. So you can kind of see what you're getting there.
yeah, bro. It's a carry job, man. Carry job. Him and Travis Hunter. Definitely
Oh, for
Travis Hunter,
sure.
but yeah, him and Travis Hunter. Carry job.
And dude, what about Dylan Raiola? 423 yards and
You
three
were
tuds
telling
through
me
two
about that
games.
boy, man. You were telling me
Dude, I
about that
told
boy.
you. He was the number one overall recruit for quarterbacks. I mean, he's
Man,
an absolute dog, and he
I saw.
models everything about after Patrick
Patrick
Mahomes.
Mahomes.
He's got the same
Hey,
hair.
bro, I'm
He's
not gonna
got the
lie.
same
He's taking the cosplay
number.
too far, bro. Cosplay's going a little too far, bro.
I swear, next home game, if he shows up with an annoying blonde wife and a stupid brother, I'm gonna be no good.
Cause listen, bro, like he's got the hair, bro. He's wearing the 15. He's rocking the one sleeve and then the one half sleeve. He got the little quarterback wristband on the arm. He even walks like him in the huddle. I'm like,
Does
okay,
he do the
dude.
little run?
He low key does, bro. He has like that baseball walk like Mahomes does. It's annoying. I'm like, oh
Yeah,
my
that's what I'm saying.
gosh.
Does he do the little run?
But
That's
he's young. He's
hilarious,
like
bro.
19, so I'm not gonna
Oh
piss him
yeah, he just needs to
off. Yeah,
grow up. It's fine. We all had idols, still
yeah,
do.
yeah, yeah,
All
yeah.
right. Speaking of idols, let's transition to the NFL because that's where every college player is idolizing to go.
Yep.
Um, oh, I guess it's my turn to speak, huh?
Get it out, bro. Go ahead and get it out, man.
All right. Request to be heard out.
Permission granted, bro.
I swear to God, I was so close to flying to Kansas City and making Ronnie Stanley line up correctly my damn self. I was so mad, bro.
You know how many sporting events and stuff we watched together. I kid you not. I was
Oh,
chuckling the whole game because I could imagine you just going, "No,
no,
no!"
for real.
the
I was standing
whole
up.
time.
I was grabbing my hair. I was screaming. Oh, dude, I was not a happy camper. Especially because like it was like the first drive, and like we were driving. It felt like two steps forward, one step back,
Yeah,
like every time.
yeah.
It sucked. And like I get it's a point of emphasis, but like Jawan Taylor, I think no, right. That's the right tackle for the Chiefs.
Yeah,
You know what I'm talking about?
yeah, yeah. He came from the
Yeah, yeah,
Jags. Yeah,
yeah. He like false starts every play, and they don't call it. So
yeah.
like you
But
can't say it's a point of
they was
emphasis.
on Ronnie Stanley's nuts.
Urban Meyer likes that comment. Anyways,
Shout out to Urban Meyer. If anybody's seen the Florida Gators documentary, that's what we're talking about.
Urban Meyer, if you're listening to this, sorry. I thought Trenton Simpson played phenomenal. Why are we putting Malik Harrison in when Trenton Simpson's playing so good? Like Malik Harrison was not playing good at all,
Yeah,
and Trenton Simpson was. Trenton
yeah.
Simpson batted that ball that Mahomes caught. I told you when PQ left to go to your dumbass Steelers. I told you that Trenton Simpson was going to fill in admirably because they're the same play style. They're both
Yeah,
amazing
I
blitzers.
texted you during the game. I was telling you he was playing really good. He was all over the place.
He was a first round talent that fell to
Yeah,
the third round because he didn't have a good final season at Clemson. But I
yeah.
knew he had that dog in him. In terms of Lamar, he didn't practice today because he's still beat up from that game. Not surprising. He shouldn't be running 18 times a game. Need more Derrick Henry, less Justice Hill, in my opinion. We signed Derrick Henry for a reason. All right, let me put it this way. We lost so much depth in the offseason. PQ, Geno Stone, just to name a few. We lost three of our offensive linemen. So by signing Derrick Henry in comparison, it's like putting a band-aid on a gunshot wound.
Yeah. The thing is though with Derek, you know how you got to use him, bro. We all know how you got to use him. You can't give him only like 13 carries.
No, he needs 30 at least.
Yeah. He's one of those
And
backs that gets better as the game goes on and he wears down the defense and then that's when he starts breaking more and more runs. Then he's getting 15, 15, and then the next thing you know he's hitting you for 50.
and the next thing you know, he's dribbling your middle linebacker's head off of the ground.
Exactly.
Anyways, I thought Isaiah Likely looked really good. I wish he had a shoe size too small, so that way that would have been a catch and we could have won that game.
Permission to
Um,
be heard out.
one second. Let me finish this up, and then you can go off. Um, I went shopping at Food Lion today, and I looked at the milk, and on the side of it, I saw Mark Andrews' face. I hope we find him soon because that was terrible.
That's where I'm going with it. But keep going.
Shout out Zay Flowers. He was the only wide receiver who knew how to get open against the
Hmm.
Chiefs, so that was pretty sick. My favorite player. Uh, Tucker missed again from 50. I swear to God, if somebody says
Yeah,
he's
that one
washed,
caught me.
I'm gonna lose my mind because he's
That one
not.
caught
He's
me.
just. I mean, he just missed. I mean, the dude's like in his mid 30s, and he's been excellent since 2012, 2013. He misses a kick. Get off his nuts. I don't know what else to tell you. Um,
Shout out Urban
we could have
Meyer.
won that game. We didn't deserve to win that game. But we could have won that game.
Yeah,
It's only week one. I didn't like Falele at right guard. That dude couldn't stop a cold.
yeah,
Chris Jones was just absolutely putting his hands anywhere he wanted to and got away with it because
yeah.
Falele doesn't know how to block. So he hit him high, he hit him low, he hit him mid, couldn't stop him. We have a bye week next week, so we'll be able to bounce back then.
Week
But
two,
yeah,
they robbed y'all.
yeah. When the Raiders come to town, I mean, you might as well put the backups in at that
Oh,
point.
what a setup! What a setup!
I think that's all I got. Harbs needs to watch himself because this team was once again for the third year in a row underprepared going into week one. All right, go off.
All I wanted to say was, in this juncture, hear me out.
All right,
I
permission
think
granted.
likely might be better than Andrews.
Oh, brother. All right, you can go off before I go back to that.
I think likely might be better than Andrews. And hear me out. Andrews has not been healthy as of late with the ankle last year, and then I think that's still leading him into this year. Because how many catches he had this game? Like three, two or
I think
three.
it was two, but you got to remember he missed 2 or 3 weeks of practice because he got in that bad car accident.
Yeah. Oh, that's correct. Yeah. No. 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 No, bro. You brought up a good point. I didn't think about that. But even then, I think Mark Andrews is a very good possession tight end. He reminds me of like a more athletic Jason Witten. He got hands.
Oh, I like that.
Um, but I don't know. I'm a fan of Likely, bro. And
Oh, me too, for
there's
sure,
only really like two players on your team I like. I like Lamar. I'm starting to really become a fan of Likely, bro.
dude. You like
Uh,
Zay, and you know it.
uh he's alright.
What's wrong with Zay?
There's
What do
nothing
you mean
wrong
he's
with
all
him.
right?
He's alright.
I'm just gonna act like you didn't say that. We don't got enough time to get
There's
into that.
nothing wrong with him, bro.
That's gonna have to be for a later episode because that could take up the rest of our time. All right, on to the next game. Before I lose my mind. All right, Eagles beat the Packers in Brazil.
Yes.
Jordan Love sprains his MCL on the second to last play of the game. Shout out to
Really,
Malik
really,
Willis,
really
who
good
was going
game.
to throw a Hail Mary but slipped.
Got sacked.
Stuff
Yeah.
happens. Saquon goes for 3 tuds and shoves it up the Giants' ass. That was pretty cool.
Hmm.
I'm sure the Giants owner is losing sleep as we speak because on Hard Knocks he said, "Oh, if Saquon goes to a division rival, I don't know if I'd be able to sleep."
And he
So
went
that
right
guy
to a
has not
division
slept since.
rival.
Yeah, he hasn't slept since April. But yeah, I mean, I thought the Eagles looked okay. Jalen Hurts came out, didn't look spectacular, but he got the
That's where I was
job
gonna
done.
go with it. I feel
Kenyon Mitchell, he absolutely strapped up.
he
He was awesome.
did. Yeah, yeah, yeah. He did, bro. He did.
Packers
He had
looked
two
good,
pass
I
defenses
thought.
too.
Yeah, I thought Packers looked good. I thought Jordan Love era, obviously, it was a little slow because, week one offenses are always behind
Yeah.
defenses. Jacobs went out there and did Josh Jacobs things. That was cool. Jaden Reed, welcome to the league.
Yeah, he had him. Oh, that was
I
a
know he's not a
crazy
rookie,
stutter.
but he
That was
balled.
a crazy stutter. Thank you for not saying anything about that and calling me out. Because the pack, that was because the pack. What they only had like one receiver for like 100 yards last year, and that was Milton.
Yeah, it was
Freaking
something crazy
Bo
like that.
Milton. Yeah, he was their like one
Bo
100-yard
Melton.
receiver. Yeah, bro. So it's nice that out the gate they had somebody go over. Jalen Reed with 138 on 4 catches. That was good. Um, Jordan Love, 50% completion percentage wasn't too good. He really did make some plays, like that one play where they responded. He stepped up in the pocket, hit Jalen Reed on that long touchdown. Uh,
I think I missed that one because I missed the first half of this game because I was at an Orioles
yeah, no,
game.
it was a good play. It was a good play. I feel like Jordan Love is just going to be one of those quarterbacks, especially with him coming back. You remember how last year he just went off in like the second half of the season, like the last 8 games, he was like arguably the top quarterback
He
as
might
far
just be
as
a
like
second half guy.
performance. I think that's what it is, and I feel like that's not a bad thing, especially if your team really needs it down the stretch. So again, I think he played okay. I could care less about the completion percentage because as far as their team is concerned, I feel like they don't have a bad roster at all, but I feel like he has to elevate everybody else, and I feel like he does.
So he's gonna live in that like debatable top 10, but never higher than 8.
I think so.
That's
Just
fair.
because of how he starts season. If he can start a season like how he does the second half of the season, I feel like it's going to be higher.
If Jordan Love played like he did in the second half for the rest of his career, he's getting a gold jacket
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You remember we talk about it all the time. It's like how do you go from Brett Favre to Aaron Rodgers, and now it's seemingly Jordan Love. So if they can pull that off,
because it's
that's going to be
scripted. It's in the
something.
script. It has to be. There's no other
It
way
is.
that could possibly happen. It's not
Hello.
fair. How do you go three in a row on Hall of Fame quarterbacks? Not
Yeah,
calling Jordan Love a Hall of Famer, but you get the point. They never
yeah.
have any like Kyle Bowlers or anything like that, or any Zach Wilsons or anything in those lines. They just go right from Brett Favre, who better quarterback than person. I'm not going to get into that because he'll sue me. Ooh, go to Aaron Rodgers, who is one of the best to ever do it, and then you go to Jordan Love. Is it
Yeah.
really? Is the secret really just sitting someone for 3 years?
It depends on the organization. Green Bay Packers are pretty well owned, so yeah, I think they can
Shout
get
out
away
to
with
him.
it. But if somebody like the Panthers did it, cooked.
All right, let's get into the 1 p.m. slate on
Oh wait, before
Sunday.
that, before that, before that, I would
What's
like to
up?
do just a small tangent,
Go
just
for
so
it.
we don't run out of time. Let's talk about fantasy this week, just real quick.
Oh boy.
I'm gonna let you go first. How did you do in fantasy this week, and then I will go on my mini rant.
In our league,
Yeah,
oh, I won comfortably. I won 133 to 105.
yeah.
Shout out
So
AR. Shout out the Cheetah
for the
who
listeners out
pulled
there,
Scotty Scheffler.
we have a league on Sleeper that Cole is the host of. We've been doing it for a couple years now. It's been really fun.
I've won three
I
of the four
am
championships.
I am the
Just putting that out
Cowboys.
there.
I am the Cowboys of the league because I always do the best during the regular season, and then I get spanked in playoffs. Um, so yeah, tell me how you did, bro. Tell me how you did.
I just want people to know that I've won three out of the four championships. Shout
Okay,
out to
let's
me.
not hear it. Whatever.
I mean, I did good. AR and Cheetah carried me. Shout out to Dicker, the kicker, getting the job done. 12 points. That's nice.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, I did good. I don't think I'm making any waiver claims this week. Bench is pretty stacked. I like where I'm at. I think I got a long term and a short term team.
I'm so glad. I'm so happy for you, bro.
And real quick, before you go on your rant, can you please describe to the class, explain to the class your team name?
Oh, all right. So,
Either
um,
you're going to say it or I'm
my
going to say
first
it.
quarterback was Jared Goff. Let me preface that, y'all. I took him. I don't even know what round I took him in. It was one of the later rounds. I usually
Yeah, it
take a
was like seven
quarterback
or eight.
early, and Cole hates it, but it usually does good for me. So I was like, all right, this year I'm going to switch it up because there's still going to be good quarterbacks available in the later rounds. So I got Jared Goff, and then I ended up getting Tua. Well, as y'all know, there's a certain meme going around of a pretty young lady who's been interviewed talking about pleasuring in the bedroom. And what did she say, Cole? Spit on that day.
Genius names his team Hawk.
So my name is Hawk Tua. But yeah, as far as how I did this week, I got absolutely crushed. Um, uh, hold up one
I
second.
didn't know who you played this week.
I played. You might know who this is. Team Riola Riz, Tyrola Riz. The name might have been
No.
changed.
Oh no. You played my boy Tyler. Yeah,
Yeah.
because
So
you're looking at who you played this week, week two,
he
week one.
he
Yeah, yeah,
absolutely
you
smoked.
got curb stomped.
Yeah, I got covered. Why can't I see it? Oh, T Brushwood. Okay, who is that?
Yeah, my boy Tyler. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, it's
bro.
because you
So
had Puka Nakua go down. Rip to
it
him.
wasn't just Puka that went down. Travis Kelsey only gave me 6 points. I couldn't
Oh my
believe it.
god,
I couldn't believe my doggummit eyes.
dude, you have a good team though. You got Goff,
I got
James
a
Cook,
good team, but they
James
sold
Conner,
me, bro.
Jettis. You had Nakua, who was a dog.
And then
Kelsey,
Amari
Amari
Cooper
Cooper. Like
didn't
you
give
don't
me
have a bad
anything.
team.
I know, bro, but they sold me this week. They really did.
Well, we'll
They
get into
really
that
sold me this
because of
week.
Deshaun Watson. We'll
Oh,
get into
he's
that. We'll get into that.
so bad. Put in Jameis. What's Dan Orlovsky said? But yeah,
I,
we
uh,
can talk rookie quarterbacks now.
yeah, yeah. Let's get it. Let's get into it. Real quick before we do that, shout out to Patriots beating the Bengals, so neither of us
Oh,
lose a game
thank
in the
you.
division. Thank you for
Yes.
that. Shout out
Yes.
Gerard Mayo calling Jacoby Brissett the slowest black guy in the NFL. That was wild.
Yeah. You might throw a flag
um,
on this take. I think this is the beginning of the end for the Bengals.
yeah, yeah. Flag's coming out on that one.
I think it's the beginning of the end. Listen, listen, listen. I'm not saying they're not going to be good this year. What I'm saying is, I don't think that this team will be what it is now in the coming years. I don't think they're going to pay Jamar what he wants. Especially, okay, they're going to pay Jamar. Let me backtrack. They're going to pay Jamar. T's going to go. They're not going to be the same team. I understand
I believe it.
that you could see T as more a high end two than a one, but when Jamar goes down, T's always there to carry the load. I don't think that Mike Gesicki and, and Andre Iolozave, I don't even know how to say this man's name, is going to carry the load.
Yeah, no, you're 100% right on that.
Yeah,
We'll have to get into that for another time. Rookie quarterbacks, Caleb Williams didn't even hit 100 yards. Uh,
yeah, that
in
was
his
rough.
defense, Keenan did drop a touchdown that was wide open.
Yeah,
14 to 29. He didn't lose them the game. I think the Bears defense is that good to where if Caleb doesn't lose them the game, they'll be fine.
yeah. I think they're going to be a top 10 unit in most statistical categories this year.
I agree. Jaden Daniels played like rookie Lamar Jackson. Like I said, he went 17 to 24, 184 in
Yeah,
through the air,
he
no
didn't play
tuds, no
bad.
picks.
I watched some of the game.
16 rushes for 88 yards. That's a
Yeah,
little too much for my liking.
no, yeah, and
He
you know
needs to
how
tighten his freaking helmet. Did you watch that game?
yeah, he fell off like 3 times.
Every time they zoomed in on him, his chin strap wasn't zipped up. I'm like,
Yeah, no,
dude,
no,
what
it
are
fell
you
off a couple
doing?
times, bro. Especially on one scramble. I think he scrambled down in the red zone, got smacked on the
Yeah,
slide.
he did. I watched it. Yep.
Yeah,
Um,
I
and
also didn't
then
know he fumbled 3 times. Jeez.
yeah, they recovered them all.
Yeah,
And then you got Bo Nix. 26 of 42 for 138, two picks, 5 for 35 on the ground and
I'm
a
not
tud.
gonna say what I want to say in in defense of my team because I don't want to jinx them next week. But yeah, yeah, yeah. Let's talk about Bo Nix.
Oh, I know where you're going with that, and don't be. I wouldn't be shocked if he does that against you guys as well.
Yeah, I would like him to.
Um, I mean, Sean Payton has such a sophisticated offense. I know Bo Nix is 50 years old, but still, like even for boomers, for it still takes time to learn that offense. I
Yeah,
mean,
man.
Drew Brees, it took him a couple of years, and he's one of the smartest quarterbacks to ever play.
Yep.
Um, I mean, I watched bits and pieces of it because I had it in the multi-view, but I mean, he didn't look bad. Besides, I mean, the two picks were horrendous, but like other than the two picks, it wasn't that bad.
Hmm.
You could see the flashes. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, I didn't watch too much of the game. I watched more so of the highlights. His interceptions were bad, but as far as him like sustaining some of the drives, especially later on in the game, he did a pretty good job.
All right. We'll go to the 4 o'clock games. Get into the Chargers. Jim Harbaugh.
They might be a playoff team this year. I
No,
think they will be. You don't think so?
no. I
You
love
don't think
Jim.
so?
Love Jim. Love Herbert. It ain't happening.
Well, listen, bro. The Raiders aren't bad, bro. The Raiders play tough.
No, the Raiders are pretty bad.
Nah, they're not that bad, bro. They're not Panthers bad, bro.
No, they're not Panthers bad, but they're like top five next year bad.
Are you saying this? Okay. Is it? Oh, first off, didn't know JK went off for over 100 yards. Shout out to JK and also staying healthy in it. Um, are you saying that because they ran the ball more and Herbie didn't do his whole throw for 400 yards thing? Or is it just because you just got a feeling about it just watching the game?
I think they're a year away. It's hard to make the playoffs your first year, especially when that team only won like what 5 games last year.
Okay.
I don't really care how many yards Herbert throws for. It's who's Herbert throwing to. Yeah, Lad McConkey's a dog, but who else
Ooh.
they got?
Yeah, and he was their leading receiver with what,
They
40
have
yards
no
and a
people who
touchdown.
can get
Yeah,
separation besides
but
Lad, and Lad's a rookie.
yeah, yeah. They're gonna ask a
So
lot out of him
next
this
year,
year.
I think they're going to get weapons, and when they get weapons, then they're going to go off.
Yeah, I agree.
Um, did you see the fights at the end of that game?
I did not.
Oh, dude, they started brawling in the end zone after like a late touchdown, and then the fans got into it. Dude, it was electric.
Jeez.
It was a free UFC pay per view. It was sick.
Oh,
I think
bro.
I think that's
No,
huh.
no, I'll let you finish first.
I was gonna say I think that's the most fight I've seen out of LA in a long time. But what were you gonna say?
I wanted to go into the Steelers really quick, if you didn't mind,
Go
and
for
then
it.
I'll
Yeah.
get your take on it as well. All right, so my Pittsburgh Steelers are gonna put me through another season of hell offensively, but we played the Atlanta Falcons in Atlanta. We won 18-0. Oh, but get this. No touchdown scored. I believe the last time we did that was in 2016. Do you remember that playoff game we played against the Chiefs that year before we ended up getting decimated by the Patriots the next week?
2016 was that Alex Smith or Matt Castle?
That was Alex
That was
Smith.
Alex Smith. Okay,
Yeah, yep, that was Alex Smith. That was before they were, what they are now as far as Travis Kelsey was still good.
that was kind of
Uh,
like the after Jamal Charles and Dwayne Bowe
yeah, because
era, but like
they were using
before
Tyreek
Mahomes.
as like a gadget player. That still wasn't when he
Before
was like all the
Mahomes.
way
Okay, I
receiver.
got you.
Yeah, um,
That was like knee deep in the Killer Bees era, wasn't it?
yeah, bro. It was one of the last years. I think the last year was like 2017, 2018. But let's not get into it because it hurts my feelings. Anyway, I'm gonna start with Jay Fields. Um, as far as his rating, he had a decent QB rating at 90. 17 of 23, pretty good completion percentage. Only took 2 sacks. Um, and for him, I feel like that's good because we know that he holds the ball. Him and Russell Wilson both. That's my only concern with both of them. Um, 14 carries, 57 yards. I feel like he played very much a good manager role. Um, he sustained drives. He had 6 scoring drives, which was good. There was only one three and out that he had, which I'll take any day of the week. I would just very much like my offense to get in the red zone, and I feel like he did good. I feel like
You
our
mean the
team
end
did
zone?
good. Yeah. Did I say red zone?
Yeah, I was gonna say if your goal is to get to the red zone, brother,
Yeah,
we
end
gotta
zone.
talk.
No, no, we got to the red zone a couple times, but no, no, no. As far as my offense is concerned, I do have some concerns about Arthur Smith's offense. I don't know if it's because he was scared of Jay Fields, which is what I think, because they started to open up a little bit more in the second half. I feel like they just didn't want him to turn the ball over, and they very much limited the offense to a lot of QB runs, which you even texted me during the game and were like, okay, they're running a lot of QB runs here. And I'm like, yeah, the same.
Right.
I think
Yep.
the same. Because I don't want Jay Fields to have 14 carries. I really don't. Um, but I really, really want to go into my concerns at receiver. George Pickens was our leading receiver. He had 6 catches, 85 yards.
Not bad.
Uh, can you tell me who was second? I think you might be able to guess it.
Is it Fryermuth?
It was, and he didn't go over 30 yards.
Ouch.
Yeah, bro. Uh, and they had that crappy PI called on George, but we had a couple of big plays down the field. But man, I am worried, man. Roman Wilson's not healthy. I'm not sure when he's going to come back. I
He
think they
should be a
said,
couple weeks out, I do believe.
yeah, I think they said when it happened in training camp that it was going to be around like week 3 or 4 that he was coming back. I hope that's still the case. We don't
Dude,
know when he's
Roman's a
going to be in.
dog though.
He is. I just don't know as far as what his ceiling will be in the NFL. I'm hoping it's going to be a high end too. We don't know yet. And, but what I will say is I don't like Van Jefferson being my second receiver, my wide receiver too. Van Jefferson hasn't been good since like
Van Jefferson.
freaking 2020. Like 2020 was the last time he was good, bro. Like I don't,
Wait, he was good
I'm
at one
having
point?
feelings about that. Yeah, no, with on the Rams. You don't remember?
No, I do.
Yeah, yeah,
I'm
yeah.
just
He was
saying
pretty good on
I
the
don't
Rams. Oh my gosh, that's
all
crazy.
right.
Okay,
all
okay, bro.
right, all right,
But
all right.
yeah, I have some concerns about that. I'm gonna move this along a little bit faster, and then I just want your quick take on it. Lastly, I just want to talk about my defense.
TJ
Um,
Watt, brother.
First off, he had a career game, and they ruined it because my man should have had like 4 sacks, and they took like 2 or 3 of them away. I didn't like that.
Dude, he
And
was
2 of
so
them were strip
fast
sacks.
off the snap that they flagged him.
Yeah, and
Is
it
TJ
wasn't.
Watt the only player ever that has gotten an apology from the refs?
I didn't even know he had gotten an apology,
You
but
didn't
I'm
hear about
glad.
that?
No, bro, because like
Yeah,
he
the
wasn't offsides. They
yeah, the
replayed in
ref went
slow
back and
motion. It
watched
was
the tape,
perfect.
and he came up to TJ post game and was like, "Hey, man, hand up. That's on me."
Yeah, yeah. I don't think I've ever seen TJ that mad. Did you see him during the game?
No, I missed
He
that because
was
I was
cussing the
coaching.
refs. I'm gonna send you the clip off camera, but
All right,
he
all
was
right.
cussing the refs out. It was terrible. But just to wrap up, yeah, my defense was elite, and I feel like as long as they stay healthy, they're going to be top 10 in every category, especially scoring, because we can create turnovers, especially when you got T.J. Watt as your leading defender, and you still got it. My secondary played better than I thought they would. Dante Jackson is a dog. I just hope he stays healthy because he's
I
always
told
been
you,
able
you
to
guys
create.
won that trade.
Yeah, bro. I just want him to stay healthy, man. But
He will. You'll be all right.
PQ and
Yeah, that guy
oh
can go
my
to hell.
goodness. No, bro, he played really, really good. Him and Peyton Wilson were flying around, man. Made me really, really happy. Him and Peyton Wilson were flying around. Especially Peyton Wilson had like a touchdown saving tackle on Bijan. But now I wanted your take real quick, and then we'll move on.
You wanted my take on the Steelers?
Yeah, just real quick because I know we got other stuff to talk about.
All right. Think Jay Fields should stay the quarterback. I don't see any point of putting Russ back at this point if you can win games with Fields. The offensive line was all right. I mean, I still think Najee's going to really go for it this year. I
I
really do
will
think
say,
Najee.
just to say, we didn't have Sayamalu, who's our best
Yeah. Oh,
guard.
I know.
He wasn't in, and we also Fatanu, who actually played. He played pretty well in the second half of the preseason. Also was out. But yeah, yeah, I agree with you. Keep going.
Um, I think Pickens will be fine. I think he'll get opened up once Roman Wilson comes back. Roman's a dog. That defense could be generational. I mean, T.J. Watt, if he's playing like that, that dude got disrespected with the defensive player of the year stuff. Don't count on that many turnovers. Peyton Wilson looked good. Dante Jackson looked good. I thought he would. Minka's finally got some help back there in the secondary. Steelers will be scrappy. Another 10-7 season coming down the pipe.
I said the same
Uh,
thing. Yep.
all right. Speaking of coming down the pipe, do you want to get into our picks for next week?
Yes. All right. What
All
do you want to
right.
start out with?
We'll go down the line. Do you want to keep track of your picks?
Yeah, I'm on ESPN. Where are you on right now?
Oh, I'm on ESPN as well. No,
Okay.
I'm saying like write down your picks.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. Oh, yeah,
All
yeah.
right.
I got you. I got you. I got you. Yep.
All right. Bills at Dolphins Thursday night
Oh,
football.
sorry.
Dolphins
You
are
want to
two and a
just
half favorites.
alternate? You want to take Bills, Dolphins, and then I'll go Raiders, Ravens, and then we keep going from there, or you want to just both do each one?
Um, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
Whatever you want to do.
Um. Yeah, we can both just do each one. Just run through it real quick. Yeah, we're good. Good.
All right. Bills at Dolphins Thursday night football. Dolphins 2.5. Give me the Bills. I think they can cover 2.5.
Uh I'm gonna go Dolphins only because I don't know how much longer Josh can keep playing hero ball, man. Uh,
I don't know
he's
how
really
long
gonna have to
either, but I
create,
think he can do it this game.
especially since his division rival. I can see why you picked the Bills, so I'm not mad at the pick. I'm just gonna go Dolphins just because I don't know. I don't know
All right.
because you don't
Raiders
know what
at
Josh is gonna do.
Ravens. Ravens 9.5 point favorites. Give me the Ravens. I think the Ravens are extremely pissed off that we lost that game by Isaiah Likely's big ass foot. So I think they're going to take it out on the Raiders. It could the spread could be 29.5, and I would still take the Ravens to be honest.
Yeah. I'm also taking y'all. I think either you guys are gonna stomp them, or it's gonna be one of those weird shootouts that you get into.
All right. Jacksonville -2.5 against at home against the Browns. Give me the Jacksonville. I hate the Browns with a burning passion. You will never catch me betting on them.
Uh, yeah, take me. Yeah, I'm gonna take Jags -3. I was leaning towards Cleveland only because I know how good that defense is. That's a really, really good defense, and you never know what you're gonna get out of T Law. But I like the Jags bouncing back here. If Deshaun Watson's their starting quarterback, I just don't see the Browns really
He has
doing
to be the
much.
quarterback. Even though he
Yeah,
should be in jail, he has to be the quarterback. They're
yeah,
married to
man,
that
that's the
contract.
thing. I think they're just gonna at some point they're just gonna have to eat that money, man. I don't think he's
Did
worth
you
it.
see another sexual assault thing came out
I
against him
did
today?
from 2020 from him on a date,
Yep.
apparently hitting some girl.
So
Yeah, I saw that.
don't worry, karma's real. It'll get him.
Yep.
Anyways, Jets at Titans. Jets are 3.5 favorites. Give me the Jets on that. I don't think Will Levis is legit whatsoever. Jets have a top five defense. This should be easy work for them and a nice bounce back.
Will Levis is legit, all right. You saw that
No,
tape.
Yeah. Talking about on the field. On the field. God. I don't
My
even
bad,
know if
bro.
that's PG.
If that's PG, can we air that? Sorry, y'all. Y'all know what I'm talking about,
Ah.
though. Um, I'm taking the Jets too. I know the 49ers just dog walked them, but it's the 49ers. Also, I feel like the Jets played better during the end of that game. I feel like A-Rod's going to get more comfortable because last game you could see there were moments where you're like, yeah, that's Aaron Rodgers, especially on that touchdown to Allen Lazard. So I'm taking the Jets on this one. I also just feel like the Titans aren't very good, and they're not going to do anything against that Jets defense, especially since they couldn't do anything against the Bears defense. So yeah,
All right. Moving on. So we have the Niners. They are 6-point favorites at the Vikings. So the Niners did some dog walking last week. That dog will continue to walk into Minnesota. Give me the Niners -6.
yeah, give me the Niners -6 as well. How many picks we think Sam Darnold's going to throw in this game?
All right. Let's move on to the next game. I had the Niners -6 against the Vikings. I think you had the same pick as well.
I did.
Next, we got the Chargers at the Panthers. Chargers -6.5. I think the Chargers could cover -46.5. This should be easy for them.
Yeah, I think the Panthers are just that bad that they might get dog walked again for the second week in a row.
How soon till David Tepper fires Dave Canales?
Um, it might be mid-season. Excuse me. No, I'm serious. They're that bad, bro. It might be
year one,
mid-season. They've done it before.
year one into a 6-year deal. That's crazy.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Treat him like an interim head coach.
Here, coach. All right.
Be like, we got to turn this around.
Seahawks at Patriots. Seahawks are 3.5 favorites. Give me the Patriots plus 3.5. If they can beat the
Ooh.
Bengals at Cincy, Geno Smith doesn't move the needle for me. I think Gerard Mayo will have the boys firing off.
I'm taking the Seahawks -3.5. I get that Patriots defense is pretty good. I just don't feel like I feel like if the Seahawks do what they're supposed to do, even with Geno, they just got too many playmakers, man. Geno actually is kind of a playmaker himself. It's kind of crazy. You never know what Geno you're gonna get. So this might be 4 touchdown, 380 yards, Geno.
Sheesh. All right. Saints at Cowboys. Cowboys are 6.5 point favorites. Give me the Cowboys. The way they whooped up on the Browns and now they're back at home against the Saints, who I think are atrocious. Yeah, that's going to be an easy cover for the Cowboys.
Give me the Saints plus 14. No, I'm
Oh,
joking.
brother.
give, give me give me Dallas -6.5. The Saints are going to play them tough. The Saints aren't a bad team. They just have a stagnant offense most of the time, and that offense looked pretty good against the Panthers. But that's also just because it's the Panthers. So yeah, give me Dallas.
All right, next Giants at Commanders. This game's just a pick 'em, so I will go with the Commanders. I think Jaden Daniels will get his first win as an NFL quarterback. I think Danny Dimes is more like Danny Dumps. This will be pretty quick.
I'm going Commanders as well because I honestly think the New York Giants might not win 5 games this year.
5 is generous. I don't even know if they're going to win 3. All right,
Yeah,
Bucks at Lions. Detroit is 7.5 favorites. Give me the Bucks to cover, but the Lions to win. I think that this game's going to be closer than what people think.
I'm gonna take the Bucks.
To cover and win,
I'm
or
gonna
just
take the
cover?
Bucks on the money line. Yeah, no, not to win, to cover and win.
Whoa.
Yeah, I think the Bucks are really scrappy. Their team is actually better than people think, especially if you look at the roster. They're relatively healthy going into the season too. Chris Godwin's actually healthy. That's a first. We already know what Mike Evans is. Baker, I feel like has found a nice landing spot. He played really, really well last year. I feel like that's going to continue this year, and it has continued so far. Uh, Looking at his Week 1 performance, I feel like this is going to be a shootout, and because I don't know, that Lions defense really isn't that, like, they got some pass rush, but the Lions defense really isn't that good, man, especially that secondary. So I feel like it's going to be another shootout. The Lions getting a ton of these year in and year out, but I feel like they're going to drop this one.
Oh man, we might have to come back to this next week. All right.
Yeah.
Colts at Packers. Indy is 3.5 favorites. Give me the Colts. I like Malik Willis, but I don't think he's gonna win it here, even at home.
Uh, Give me the Colts too. I don't think Malik's a starter yet.
I don't either.
I think that he has gotten better, especially considering how he's done in the preseason with the Titans. But preseason is a whole lot different from the regular season. Like I said, I think he's a better player. I just don't see him carrying the pack. So I'm
All
going
right.
Colts.
Next up, Rams at Cardinals. This is a pick'em game. Give me the Rams. I think that even without
Um,
Puka, I think they'll be all right.
Give me the Rams. I think Arizona's going to play tough, especially being home. But I just don't see. I don't see the Rams. I mean,
All
the
right.
Cardinals really doing too much.
Steelers at Broncos. Steelers are 3-point favorites. Give me the Steelers. I don't see Bo Nix having any success whatsoever. If you guys score a touchdown, that's an easy cover.
I think this is going to be a game similar to last week because the Broncos still have a pretty good defense. So I think our offense will struggle, but we'll be able to get a couple scoring drives in when it counts. I think our defense is going to shut them down. They may have some success as far as I don't know because we have a hard time with teams like these where we should shut down their offenses and their offense actually has like a good game. Some rando like Josh Reynolds will go ahead and go off for like 150 yards.
Josh
But
Reynolds.
nah, I'm taking us -3. I agree. I don't think Bo will play too well of a game. I think we're going to get him for a pick or two, maybe another turnover off like a strip sack or something by TJ. But yeah, I'll take the Steelers.
All right, next up, Bengals at Chiefs. Chiefs are 6-point favorites. Give me the Chiefs. I don't think the Bengals have a chance, especially T will be out. Jamar won't be playing 100%. Yeah, in Arrowhead, yeah, this isn't going to be close.
Before I make my take, is T out from contractual reasons or is it injury?
I heard it's a hammy.
Okay. Of course, I'm going Chiefs. I don't see them losing until later in the season where they drop a game against the Raiders like they always do. um,
Coach AP, baby.
yeah, yeah. So I'll take KC for -6 just because it's the Chiefs. It's self-explanatory.
Sunday Night Football, Bears at Texans. Texans are 7-point favorites. Give me the Texans -7. Bears defense is really good, but CJ Stroud's even better, and I can't see if Caleb struggled against the Titans defense, I can't see him doing what much better against the Texans defense.
Uh, yeah, of course, give me the Texans too. I don't think the Titans defense is bad, but it's definitely not as good as the Texans defense.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Also, the spread just changed. At least for me, it did. So give me Houston for -6.5.
Oh, even
I
better.
feel like the Bears offensively will give a better output than they did against the Tennessee Titans. But again, I do think the Texans will win.
All right, final game, Monday Night Football, Falcons at Eagles. Eagles are 6.5-point favorites. Give me the Eagles. It's in Philly. Kirk didn't look good against the Steelers defense, and Eagles defense is still pretty good. I think the Eagles offense looks amazing, and I don't know if Atlanta lets up 6 field goals to the Steelers offense. Imagine what Saquon's about to do to them. So give me the Eagles.
Give me the Eagles as well. Atlanta has no pass rush. Again, we had half an offensive line and Justin Fields who likes to hold on to the ball until the cows come home. And they still only had 2 sacks on us. And I'd like to say that one or two of those was definitely Justin Fields' fault. Um,
Easily.
Secondly, I don't think the Eagles are going to shut down the Falcons. I understand that the Eagles have a good defense, but that secondary, other than Darius Slay, is very questionable, and
And
they're very
Kenyon.
torchable. Yeah, so I feel like if oh yeah, I forgot about Quinn. You mentioned still, even then, I feel like as long as they protect Kirk, which they did not do against us, um, they should at least put up a couple of points. But still, I see the Eagles beating them pretty handily, at least by. I know the money line's 6.5, but I can see them beating them by 10 or more.
All right. Yeah, we're in agreement. All right, bro. Anything left you want to say to the people before we sign off?
Um, I just had a lot of fun with this, man. Um,
Oh, dude, it's a blast. This is gonna be awesome, man.
yeah,
Everyone's people are gonna
yeah,
love this. It's just two ordinary dudes talking sports, you know?
yeah. I hope you guys
Sports in the
enjoyed the
purest
show.
form.
Yeah, man, that's what's really fun about it. We've been talking about this for a little bit. We're finally getting it into fruition. I've been flaking on my man because, you know, love life and all.
Oh,
Cole
brother.
knows everything about that.
That's for another episode. That
But
is for an
no,
off-season episode.
I really enjoyed this, bro. Yeah, no, I can't wait for the next one.
Yeah, no, I appreciate you, bro. All right, for Jordan, I'm Cole. We'll catch y'all next week. See ya.